Hey guys, welcome back, and now we are at the penultimate episode now. We are gearing into the finale of season 11 of Doctor Who. So yeah, right off the bat, let's hope this episode really raises the stakes. Let's hope for this finale we really get some stakes. I've heard good things about this episode. So let's hope. Quick recap of last week's episode, The Witchfinders. I did enjoy that episode. I thought it was very fun. Lovely performances all around. I did like Alan's performance. Yeah, he was camping out there. But it was fun. My only criticism, well, a few. It's I felt the pacing of the episode was a bit off. Like, you know, like we had like what 5 or 10 minutes left, and we still had to defeat the villains. I felt like that the whole villain aspect of the plot was kind of rushed with the creatures. I felt like, you know, they were easily defeated quite quickly. I felt like the villains weren't particularly memorable. Like, they were nice whenever the dead bodies came out of the mud, and the idea that they're reanimating corpses. I thought that was a very good idea. But what I didn't like about the villains is when they finally revealed themselves and they took over the woman that was condemning all the other women for being witches. The villains, they immediately said who they are, what the plan is, why are they here, and I was like, what? When did villains suddenly start telling the Doctor their whole plan? I thought that was one of the running jokes where, you know, oh, you know, one day that'll work. Yeah, like why do villains have to monologue and tell their whole plan? Like, I felt like that just, you know, made them less scary. It's like, sometimes the good thing about having a good villain is that we don't know everything about them. We don't have to know necessarily what they are. Like the creature in Midnight, one of the reasons why that was so good was because we didn't know anything about this creature. We didn't know what it wanted, where it came from, what it looked like. So I felt like we didn't need to know why they were here. Like you could have just said like why they were trapped, but we didn't need to know what their intentions were. Like I feel like they just kind of like spewed it all out and just said it, and just like, wow, did they really just say that? But yeah, so that was my main criticism. The villains, like this whole villain monologue where they tell you the whole plan and you're just like, okay. But overall, it was a fun episode. I wish there was a little bit more high stakes, you know. Again, I feel like with the lack of a arc this series, it doesn't seem to be as much high stakes, like in more so certain individual episodes will have like a lot of tension and all there, but like other episodes where you're at like a middle level, you can really start to feel it by the end. Like I like having something to look forward to. I like always going, oh, I wonder what this means. Oh, like during series 1 of Doctor Who, like the whole Bad Wolf arc, like that kept me really invested in wanting to watch each episode. So I like that anyone at this point can jump on in the series and it's not too confusing for fans or casual viewers. One thing about Moffat's plot arcs, overall series, is that a lot of time they were just very convoluted, over the top, and didn't really make much sense, and it was very hard for casual viewers to jump in. But now that you have like kind of like the opposite, where you have a lack of a deliberate choice of not to have an overall story arc, I just prefer we just had something, not something over the top or convoluted, just something to keep me invested in going on to each episode. Obviously I'll watch every episode coming, but it's nice to have something that you're like interested in seeing, something that you want to go, oh, what's that? Yeah, that's just a very quick recap on what I want. Feelings of last week's episode. So yeah, let's hoping this one lives up to the hype, sorry, can't speak. But yeah, let's go.
Those panels look more like barricades than repairs.
I will never not keep saying,
It's like it's been abandoned.
but I love Graham.
Hey, did you see that? Someone...
3 locks on a deserted house in the middle of nowhere.
Clearly someone doesn't want to be found.
Maybe we should have
Maybe
muted
they're
it.
just really
There's a child in
like
this house.
social anxiety.
Some maniac
Maybe they just
gets
want to shut
confused.
themselves off from the world. Honestly, I don't blame them.
My dad was gone.
You don't know it actually got in? How do you know your dad didn't just pack up and go?
My dad would never just leave me, okay?
Ryan.
What?
Bit insensitive
How long's it
there.
been
4 days.
gone? Okay.
Love you, Tom.
You know, I can see why some people
from
don't
Sheffield,
like Ryan,
same as the Arctic
but like,
Monkeys.
yeah, my friend
cousins
hates
had their first
Ryan.
ever gig.
I don't mind him.
My mom saw their first gig in Norway.
I don't really mind
This t-shirt was
Yaz
hers.
and
Where is
Ryan.
she,
They're just
Mum?
kind of there. But I love Graham.
She died.
Graham
I'm sorry
owns
to
my
hear that.
heart.
You must miss her. You have to reinforce whatever.
Finally, we get some more of Yaz's police training. I was actually going to mention that. Like,
Ryan.
she would have a lot more skills
What
as a
are they?
police officer, and I feel like
I
she
don't
hasn't been
know.
utilising them, but nice to see that they're doing it now.
It's coming!
What? Oh, wait, what's coming?
Did you see it? No! But Honda's dad did.
He's got a shed load of them in a shed. And that's not normal, even for Norway.
What is that thing?
I don't know, but it sounds like it's coming from the woods.
Inside.
Oh no, turns out mirrors are really a gateway to another dimension.
Whoa.
No! Don't do that!
Why are we not in the mirror?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
We'd know if we were vampires, right?
Nobody move. Locked it mid whatever it was doing. Can I just say, I love me Sonic. Now, I need a mirror, not a mirror.
What are you doing? Whoa. Okay. Right.
I'm okay.
Are you okay?
Bit of a head wonk. Otherwise, I'm totally fine. Solid 7 out of 10. 6.5 at a push. That is one vicious moth.
Won't hurt clothes, but they strip the meat off your bones. Luckily, anything can be distracted with a little bit of food. Onwards, friends. Demons will
Why do I get the feeling he's just leading them into bee food? Yeah, oh, yep. See, don't try. Wait, what?
Oh, you got to be kidding me.
You don't make that. Wait, who set it up? Was it a trap the whole time?
Why would you do that? Hannah! Hannah! You don't need to be scared. There's no creature out there.
Bet you she's gone into the mirror. Ooh, what the What is going on? Why? So she did invent the monster.
No, Sonic.
Oh.
No, fam, get your hands off my Graham.
have here is
Get
that ring
your
of
hands
fear.
off my Graham.
You have no way home.
No.
No, ribbons. Don't.
Oh, imagine being killed by flesh-eating moths. Please tell me this isn't gonna be
Right?
I know that sound.
Grace? Oh my god, is it?
Graham O'Brien. You better tell me right now what's going on. Don't do this to me.
What the flip is going on? So in this murder, how did she end up in that? I don't understand. Oh, this episode. This episode.
Really still. It's me, right?
Word before. Solitract.
Same.
Solitract. It's a theory, a myth, a bedtime story my gran used to tell me.
You had a
grandmother?
gran?
I had 7, but Granny 5, my favourite, used to tell me about the Solitract. Because in the beginning, pre-time, pre-everything, all the laws and elements and nuts.
And I've met Rosa Parks.
Rosa Parks?
I know.
Sounds like you're doing fine without me.
I'm lost, Grace. I miss you. All my life I was looking for you, then I found you.
Graham, Yaz and Hannah have shown us how to do this. Ryan is out there in danger, and this place is collapsing in.
Doc, I know what you're asking me to do. I just can't do it.
I know he's gonna have to come out.
She's not your wife. She's furniture with a pulse.
She doesn't know. She can't know.
Graham, please. I know how hard this is for you, but let her go or we're all going to die.
Come on, Graham.
I know deep down you still blame yourself for what happened to Grace. It was not your fault. Please reject her because you know that it's not great. Why is there a frog in here?
You said I could stop being Trina.
Wow, okay.
It's a frog. Who talks like Grace?
My own form is endless, but this frog is a form that delights me, as it once delighted Grace.
Wow.
There's me thinking the day had no more surprises left.
Now please, tell me of your
It took the
universe.
form
You
of
think
a
words can do it
frog.
justice? It's really big and incredibly beautiful. But if you do this, I promise you and I will be friends forever.
Just a bit lonely, that's all. It's just a bit lonely.
I will dream of you out there without me.
Goodbye.
I mean, it's kind of sad because all it wants is friends, but it's. That's just. He was a terrible parent, I'm sorry.
But at least we got each other, right? Granddad.
Oh, I knew it! He finally bloody say it!
me?
Why?
Interesting. I thought this episode was going to be a whole, cabin in the woods, really sinister quite thingy, but it went in a direction I wasn't quite expecting. But I like the idea of playing around with the mirror dimensions, or so I kind of think I rather enjoyed that episode. I did. It was an interesting concept, I think, that on the other side, that there's a whole conscious universe that was just banished to another plane of reality and it can't be part of our universe. So I thought that it was a very interesting concept I like, and it turned out to be more sad than a scary villain. It was more about, it was just a lonely creature that wanted to be part of the universe, to interact, but it couldn't. So that aspect, I felt that was very sad. I think the best scenes of the episode were with Graham. I think you can really feel his grief and his emotion, and I think they're very well done. So that was, for me, the emotional factor came from those scenes, and all. So those for me are the particular memorable parts. And can I just say, that father is a dick. He literally just abandoned his daughter who is blind. Did it not even occur to him, oh, why don't you just take your daughter with you? Even if it wasn't safe, rather her be with him than just abandoning her. So he's not going to be winning any Father of the Year awards anytime soon. But can I just say, it's nice that we're seeing Yaz mention her police training, because that's one thing that kind of annoyed me throughout the series, is that You know, we got in episode 1, but like after, I feel like Yaz should be a companion that's more useful, because as a police officer she would have training skills that would have come in vital, and I think in a lot of adventuring. So it's nice that she mentioned some training with kids and how to deal with people, because so far I feel like Yaz doesn't really do anything. Like if you were to remove her from the series, it wouldn't make much of an impact. But yeah, I've like, as a companion I don't really think Yaz does much, and I don't and to be honest I don't really see a point of her being there. Ryan can be useful sometimes, although I understand why some people may find him annoying. But it's nice that he does get a bit of character development, and he is, like, you know, growing as a person. So I can appreciate characters who start off, or like if they make these kind of weird dickish comments, but they, you know, mature. So I understand that, and I get that. But for me personally, Graham is the best companion ever, and for the love of Christ, BBC, can you have just a Jodie Whittaker and Bradley Walsh centered episode? Please give me that. Just an episode with those two, that would be brilliant. But yeah, let's hope next week's really gives up the stakes. One thing I'm annoyed at is that we're not getting a Christmas special this year. It's going to be a New Year's episode, but they've already announced that Yaz, Ryan and Graham are in it. So that for me already the stakes have kind of gone down for the finale, because we know that they're gonna survive it and they're gonna be in the New Year's special. So that does bug me a little bit. One thing, I wish we could have had a little bit more play on the universe created these, took on a form that to entice you, to keep you in their world. So the follower saw his wife, Graham saw Grace, but I wish they would have did that same with the Doctor and Yaz. Would have tried to entice the Doctor and Yaz and take a form of someone. I thought they could have played around with that. Just, you know, like trying to entice all of them rather than just Graham. You know, because the Doctor did mention it wants the whole universe, not just them. But so I felt like there could have been a bit more emotion, or more playing with the Doctor's emotion and trying to entice her into this universe. I thought that could have been an interesting, where they're all battling their own inner conflict. You know, it's one thing for the Doctor to say it's not real, but it would be nice if she got someone from her past to come up and, like, you know, entice her to stay. But yeah, I would say it was a decent episode. I quite enjoyed that. Yeah, not much more I can say. So I enjoyed that episode. So post your comments down below what you thought, and I shall see you next week.